Okay, for guided practice today, you should see flashcards on your screen right now. Each flashcard is either going to have a statement on it or a question where you'll have to fill in the blank or answer the question. So, for example, number one says future tense verbs. I want you to think about, what do future tense verbs show? You may refer to your notes at any given time to answer the question. I'm going to allow you to, I'm going to actually pause for a little bit so that you can shout out the answer before I turn the flashcard around. So I want you to tell me, what do future tense verbs show? And at this point, you should be telling me something. Future tense verbs show what is going to happen. Flashcard 2, regular verbs. So at this time, you can read the definition. What are regular verbs? Regular verbs, past tense, is formed by adding a D or an ED. So the past tense of a regular verb is formed by adding a D or an ED. For example, accept will be accepted, borrow will be borrowed. Flashcard 3. Read the sentence in the rectangle with me. The train leaves at 8 p.m. The sentence above uses which verb tense? The train leaves at 8 p.m. First, I want you to determine what is the verb in the sentence. If you said leaves, that is correct. Leaves is the verb in the sentence. You always want to identify the verb before you identify its tense. Now, leaves. Is that a past tense verb or a present tense verb? If you think it's a past tense verb, I want you to clap twice. If you think it's a present tense verb, I want you to clap twice. Okay. B, present tense. The verb leaves shows what is happening right now. Present tense happens now. And a lot of time, present tense verbs end with S. Flashcard 4, past tense verbs. What are past tense verbs? And you should be referring to your notes at this time, and you should be reading the definition of a past tense verb. They show what happened in the past. A lot of the time, past tense verbs end with ed or d. Number 5, subject-verb agreement. We're going to talk a little bit about this one tomorrow, so I'm actually going to skip over this one. Number 5. Number 6, I want you to read the sentence in a rectangle on a count of 3. Moja and Billy tattoo. Okay, his mom or his dad blank going to the park. Now I want you to choose the correct verb for the sentence. Is going to the park or are going to the park? One test taking strategy that I tell you guys all the time is to fill in the blank. Use each option to fill in the blank and reread the sentence. So A says is. His mom or his dad is going to the park. B says are. His mom or his dad are going to the park. Let's see which one it is. Is. The correct verb for the sentence is, as the sentence has a singular subject. Number 7, I want you to read the sentence in a rectangle on the count of 3. Moja and Billy tattoo. Okay, I will send you the photographs as soon as I can. The sentence above uses which verb tense? That one is to identify the verb. So please tell me the verb in the sentence. Send. Okay. Send. Is that a past tense verb or a future tense verb? If you think it's a past tense verb, I want you to snap your fingers 2 times. If you think it's a future tense verb, I want you to snap your finger 2 times. Okay. And B, future tense. The phrase will send shows what is going to happen. A lot of the time, future tense verbs, you'll see the word will because it will happen in the future. Flashcard 8. I want you to read the sentence in the rectangle with me. She washed her car. The sentence above uses which verb tense? A, past tense, B, present tense. Before you can choose your options, I want to remind you that you should have identified the verb in the sentence. She washed her car. What is the action word? Washed. And I notice it ends with ed. So when the verb is ending with an ed, what tense is it? Is it past tense or present tense? Past meaning it happened already, or present meaning it is happening right now. A, past tense. The phrase washed shows what happened in the past. Flashcard 9. Mike will walk back home from school. Is the verb walk regular or irregular? Now, we talked about regular and irregular verbs in class. I touched on it briefly today. Is the verb walk a regular verb or irregular verb? If you think it's a regular verb, I want you to clap twice. If you think it's an irregular verb, clap twice. A, it's regular. The verb walk is a regular verb. The past tense of walk is walked. Irregular verbs, the form of the word does not change. And last but not least, what are irregular verbs? You may refer to your notes. Past tense does not have a fixed form. Example, begin, fight. All right, now I want you to move on to your independent practice. Your independent practice should be written down in your notebook. Make sure you follow all of the instructions for your independent practice.